Hey everybody, hope you're having a good night. Uh, Me and Dan are fixing to jump on here and do a little live drawing and shoot the shit and just talk about whatever. So y'all just strap in. Don't know how long we're gonna go. We're both talkers, so we'll see. And waiting on Dan to jump in with me. There he is.
What's up, man?
What is going on, brother? This is way overdue,
Jerry,
man.
can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What's going on, everybody? What's up, dude? Hold on. My earbud.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Kind of in and out. It's patchy. I don't know. Yeah, I got you now. There you are.
Let me jump out and jump back in. My earbuds aren't connecting to this properly. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Technical difficulties, you gotta love them. I was supposed to be on with I was supposed to be on the phalanx with everybody last week and couldn't get on for shit. Tried everything. I felt like a caveman from the old commercial just beating on the computer trying to make it work. Nothing. I tried for almost 2 hours. But anyway,
Okay.
How's it going, man?
hey, oh yeah. Can you hear me?
Jeez, what's going on here?
Hello?
Difficulties.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about when you jumped out. My little
Hmm.
fun time trying to get on the phalanx last week. That was an adventure in itself. That is a really cool pic. I don't know if you can hear me, but whatever you got going on that screen looks awesome, dude.
So, let's see. Jerry, you there, bud?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, but my earbuds keep going out for some reason. Every time we get locked up, I can't hear
That's
you.
all right.
Earbuds. It's crazy. All right, well, we're going out fresco then. So, how's it going, man? How you been doing?
Man, oh man, run all over town today, but got all that stuff done. And I tell you, man, I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more I hate driving or even riding for that matter.
Yeah, I know. I hate driving. I hate driving. I've hated driving though for a lot of years, so it's nothing new to
Yeah,
me.
me too, me too.
You know,
But
I was
man, when I up till I was probably in my late 20s, I loved it. I loved to just get in the car, man, blast some tunes.
sure.
Uh, I was smoking back. Well, I still vape, but that's back when I smoked cigarettes. So I'd have the windows down and I just ride around and listen to my music and smoke them down. You know.
No, yeah, no. I used to do in the summers what I'd call the worldwide Texas tour, and I would
Yeah.
go, friends and stuff in different parts of the state or whatever, and I enjoyed that. I loved road tripping when I was younger. Nowadays, I can't stand it for some reason. I don't like, you know what it is? It's not that I hate driving, I just hate everybody else on the road because, like, I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, and I sound like an old curmudgeon, and I get that. Uh,
Oh,
but
I'm right there with you, man.
yeah, so um, But you know, you got to do what you got to do. So,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, yeah, you know. But my
yeah.
office is 3.5 hours from my house, so I
Oh
rarely
wow.
go. Obviously, you know, I work from home. Um, but you know, every time I have to go in, I have to go into the office for a couple of days. You know, I go up for 2, 3 days, and I just the drive is obnoxious. You know what I mean? It's just an obnoxious
Right.
experience every time. But that's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. So
Oh, definitely. So, what are you working on tonight, man? It
I
looks awesome.
am. Oh, thanks. I'm working on some character sketches for the next book. So I'm working on this
Oh,
guy
that's
right
cool.
here. Yeah, I'm working on this guy right here right
Oh wow, that dude.
now.
Whoa. I'm sure
Yeah.
Bigfoot will be able to handle him though. He's probably gonna give him a hard time for a little bit.
Say that again.
I said he looks like a pretty rough customer, but I'm sure Bigfoot will be able to handle him.
Oh, you know, he's a wily old cryptid. So, um, but yeah, man. And how's your time off been? You enjoying yourself?
Oh yeah, any time away from the rig is good, man.
Yeah,
Anytime.
I bet. I bet that's some tough work out there.
It
So,
yeah, it can be, and they've cut our crews back, so that makes it even worse. So we've been dealing with that for since basically since the first lockdown. I don't know if we'll
gotcha.
ever get them back because we keep getting the job done with the amount of people we've got. You know how that goes.
Sure, sure. You know, they'll take advantage of that as long as they can. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if productivity's still up, why change it back?
exactly. But
Um,
it is what it is.
yeah,
That's the world we live in nowadays. So.
yeah. A little larger there for you guys, so you can see. I can.
So I still haven't
Um,
figured out a good camera setup, so I'm just gonna hold this up for everybody to see. I kind of cheated. Usually I go with a blank sheet, but I figured I better get a jump start on this one because it's a
sure.
lot of detail. So I watched that trailer last night and I got inspired to do a moonlight. So that's what I'm gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
working on.
they're doing a show of that, aren't they?
Yes, and it looks incredible.
Does it really?
It
Okay,
does, man. If you hadn't watched the trailer, you need to check it out.
okay. I'll give it a shot. I
It looks totally different than anything they've done so far, and they've done a lot of different with these Marvel series. But this
oh
is
yeah.
something totally off the wall. This looks like a thriller.
All right. To be frank, I don't watch Marvel stuff anymore. You know, no offense to Marvel. I've just seen a lot of it already, you know, and I'm just kind of, but
Yeah,
I'll check it out. I'll check out the trailer at the very least. I'm always curious about this stuff, but was that a cartoon?
it was. Yeah,
What if was a cartoon? Okay. So,
but it
yeah,
counted. It actually counted in the canon. So,
okay, cool. Yeah, I'm interested in checking that one out. That seems interesting. I liked What If as a kid. So,
oh, I
um,
loved it. Loved it.
what was your favorite episode of What If or issue of What If
Man,
when you were a kid?
okay, you remember the one where Dracula, I'm trying to remember who he bit first, but anyway, it had Dracula, and Doctor Strange was trying to take him out, and pretty much the whole MCU was trying to get him, but he wound up biting Wolverine, and Wolverine turned and pretty much took out everybody, like you know he would, and
Right.
it was some of the last ones left were the Punisher, Doctor Strange, and I can't remember who else. But anyway, so Doctor Strange winds up falling. So the Punisher gets entrusted with the the cloak of whatever, the levitating cloak from Doctor Strange. So he's got that, and yeah, it comes down to a final showdown between Wolverine and the Punisher, and it was badass, man. It really was. Just awesome.
That is cool, man.
What was yours?
I enjoy, I enjoyed a lot of the kind of the classic ones, but like, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
good one.
but one that I really loved was What If Conan Lived in Modern Times?
I
And
don't think I ever read that one.
dude, that's fucking nuts. I mean, he got involved in like mafia crime stuff, and
Oh
it was
wow.
like, yeah, and like almost like kind of ascended up the ranks, if you will. You know what I mean?
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, he was. I mean, he was a brute, dude. So he's gonna use what he's got, right?
Yeah,
Um,
just cracking skulls.
yeah. So, and then there was an issue, What If number 34, which was like Assistant Editors Month, I think, or something like that. And
Yeah.
it was it may not have been Assistant Editors Month, but it was one of those types of things um where it was like where it was a comedy and they just like did all sorts of crazy crap, like what if Tony Stark had an eating problem instead of a drinking problem, and
I
that type,
remember
all
that one. Yeah, yeah. I remember
yeah,
that one.
that was crazy. I loved that. I'm a humor guy, so that was, to me, that was a really fun thing to do. I'll always remember that one. So,
I
but
always
I like,
liked that. I always liked the one too where what if Spider Man had kept the was it 8 arms or six? I can't remember.
oh, I
But
don't know.
anyway, he had the multiple arms. You remember that story from the old classic Spider Man.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
in the
in the
what if he
70s,
never
sure.
yeah, and he never got cured of it, so he kept them. And yeah, it was different, but it was really cool.
Yeah, What If was a fun concept. I really enjoyed What If.
Oh yeah.
Um, DC never really did anything like that. They just had multiverses, tons and tons of multiverses.
Oh
So,
yeah.
um,
I never was a big DC kid when I was young.
yeah,
I was well, I got turned on to Spider Man right out of the gate, and I just
sure.
levitated towards Marvel.
Yeah, no, I liked Marvel stuff. I read them both when I was younger. I love Justice League, not with Superman and Batman and all, and all the Wonder Woman and all that. But there was a run in the '80s. Keith Giffen wrote
Yeah, I remember
Tobey
that.
Maguire. Yeah, that was my jam. I like humor stuff. Um, but that was an amazing, amazing run, and I thoroughly enjoyed the shit out of that. Can't say enough how good things about that run of that book. And yeah, I love that. There's some other things. I started reading DC right after Crisis on Infinite Earths, and
Oh yeah.
it wasn't a multiverse then. They retconned the multiverse, excuse me, out completely in Crisis. They got rid of it. So when I was reading DC, and my whole time I was reading DC, there was no multiverse until like a few years ago when they did Infinite Crisis. They brought the multiverse back, and I was so ticked off because I'm ticked, just because well, I mean, at least DC, when they do it, they were the first ones to do it. When Marvel does a
Right.
multiverse, that just irks the shit out of me because it's like you're proving to yourself that you don't have anything good to do, other than completely rip off what DC does, because that's DC
Right.
DC dick. So when they got the Ultimate Universe in 616 and all these other universes in Marvel, I just think it's lazy personally, because that's just not their thing. So
No.
anyway, that's just one man's opinion.
No, I agree with you on that, man. They totally ripped DC on that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but you know, whatever. I mean, look, in the end of the day, I don't read that stuff anyway. You know, I don't read. I don't read. I don't. That's not where my dollars go when it comes to comic books. So, I'd much rather read something independent any day of the week because I want to see something new and interesting and amazing, not the same old thing. So, I'm
Right.
gonna put my money in weird indies I find at the comic book store and Kickstarters. So, um, yeah, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Jerry. So,
I got you, man. Yeah,
yeah.
there's one I'm really wanting to check out, and I can't even remember who did it. Me and Justin were talking about it the other day, and he wasn't by far the first one to tell me about it. Dee has mentioned it to me. A couple of others have mentioned it to me. Ultra Mega. I really want to check
Oh
that
yeah,
book
Ultra
out.
Mega. I've got the trade. I got the trade sitting right over here. It's I have not gotten to sit down and read it yet. Story of my freaking life, but it is. It looks amazing. I mean, James Herron's work on it is just beautiful, and I can't wait to have some time to sit down and read the damn thing. But I found Ultra Mega just snooping around my comic book store, my local comic store, and I was just like, okay, I've got to pick this up. Now I was waiting to read it because it's kaiju, and I mean I've got that element in my comic, so
Right.
I refrained from reading it until I was done with the issue, so none of it kind of seeped in. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I completely understand that.
Yeah. So. Oh, let me see what you got going on. Let me see what you're drawing. Well, hey, with Jerry, what's up, Chris? How y'all doing?
What's up, Chris? Yeah,
It's got
that's
Jerry.
like
Yeah. Oh, Electric King's in the room. What's up, Gavin? How you doing, buddy? Justin
got
Adcott.
Jerry
Let me
from
see that again.
E4.
Sorry, Jerry. Yeah. Hey, Cooley. Let me see that again. Sorry. Oh, dude, that's badass. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, long way to go, but yeah, it's taking shape pretty quick.
Hmm.
Yeah, just grabbing some.
Mm.
Chris is
You
munching
guys,
down.
if Jerry, Chris, y'all want to jump in, you know,
Yeah,
um,
anybody, man. Y'all jump in with us. We're
into
just kicking back, shooting the shit,
yeah, man.
doing a little art.
I'm just doing a little art, a little character design. And I need to just draw it rather than sitting here coloring it piece by piece, but I'm experimenting. So yeah, that's it. Experimenting, see?
That's
Um,
a good thing though. That man, I'd been wanting to do a an homage, a Norman Rockwell homage,
oh
and man,
dude, yeah, that thing came out great.
I was really proud of it, man. I just got on. Well, of course, I got up early, but I didn't actually get started on that till about 7 this morning, and I finally wound it up about somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock before I
Yeah,
finally called it done. But I loved how it
yeah,
turned out, man. But yeah, that was highly experimental. Did a lot of
yeah.
different
No, I
things with
was
that.
I was watching your live with the other with I don't remember Old Man Comics, I think, yesterday.
Yeah,
And you were talking about it on that, and I was like, that's gonna be the shit. So when I saw that today, I was like, oh man, that's really freaking cool, dude. That's really freaking cool.
yeah.
That was very
It took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it, but
right.
yeah, I loved how it turned out. Loved it,
Yeah,
and
man,
I
you
mean,
should.
everything, even the font, everything on that cover was hand drawn. I mean, all the lettering, everything. That was all just little old me. So
That's
it
badass,
took a
dude.
while.
So I can see that. I can understand why.
Yeah, the font was the hardest part, man.
Yeah,
That,
you. How did you do that?
I referenced. I pulled up the Saturday Evening Post font and just eyeballed it and drew it out
That's
because
crazy.
I think they wanted. I think the cheapest I found it was like $30. I'm like, man, I'm using this for one picture. I'm not fixing to buy a font.
Yeah, right. Buying a font for $30 ain't gonna happen.
No. So
No,
yeah, I
I'll buy
found
font.
one.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh no, I buy fonts from time to time.
Oh, I
You know,
do too, but it's
I
gonna be
use brand
something.
buy.
Yeah, it's gonna be something I'm gonna use multiple times for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Which site do you buy fonts from?
Uh, I think it's Blambot.
Yeah, you do use Blambot as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna check out Comicraft. Although every time I check out Comicraft, they seem a little bit more expensive than Blambot, but they got some good stuff over there.
yeah. I'm fixed to be looking for something because all my sound effects I've been hand drawing
Oh
and
shit.
and I'm fixed to find something. And I seen one that I really liked on Blambot, but I wish it had a little more to it. So what was that other site you were telling me about? I might have to check them out and see what they got.
Comicraft.
Okay.
It's
I'll
Richard
definitely.
Starkey's company, if
Okay.
that means, if that name means anything to you. Uh,
Have to give them a look.
yeah, so he used to do a lot of stuff back, and I'm sure he still does do a lot of stuff, but like he had a lot of titles he took care of back in the day. So I'm sure he has a team of folks working for him.
Oh, you know he does.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh man. No, things have been crazy. I mean, I told you about what happened with the books not arriving arriving wrong last
Yeah,
week.
that was. Oh man, I'd have been. Woo.
Yeah, so the new ones are supposed to be arriving tomorrow. Um, so let's just hope that they got it right this time because
Well,
I'm
that
really
was
trying.
good of them. That was good of them to take it on and you know not tell you to eat it.
Oh
That'll make you
no,
want.
well,
That'll
it
make you
was
want
their
to kill somebody, man.
yeah, no, it was their mistake though. I mean, through and through. I had the proof to prove, to show. So they handled it like champs. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to belittle what they did. I'm just saying that they did what was right. You know, and they handled it for sure the way they were supposed to. If they screw up this time around, I'm gonna lose my ever loving shit. I'll put it like
I
that.
don't blame you, man.
Yeah,
Once is bad enough, but twice, yeah, it's time to have a talk.
yeah, no, I'm sure they're gonna do just fine. But it's kind of an issue for me. Of I really want a home based printer that I can go back to again and again and again. And I
Oh
just
yeah, tell me
and I
about it.
yeah, and I just don't. I need to order more books like pretty soon after I get this order in. I'm gonna have to order some more books for some shows and stuff. And so, I mean, I hope this goes smoothly. That's all I'm going to say is I hope this goes smoothly. What did I do
Well,
here?
see, I mean, I use Kablam, but I
Yeah,
mean, and I can't complain. I mean,
yeah,
I told them that the book wasn't going that I wasn't going to try to fulfill to the November, so that's on me. But I
right.
finished it early, and I wanted to get it out early to everybody. And then they dicked around with it, which still got fulfilled in November, but still, it's still
Right.
and it totally rubbed me the wrong way because I could have had it out a good month before that. And what's up, Jerry? We got Jerry from E4. We got Mo in here. What's up, Mo? We
I've been
got
seeing
D.
everybody in here. What's going on, fellas?
But yeah, man,
I've been missing all these questions. My chat was stuck. Oh my god, I missed all sorts of shit. Sorry, guys, I wasn't paying attention, and the chat was like scrolled up near the top. So my bad. What's up, Mo? What's up?
when it freezes like that, how do you unfreeze it?
Oh, I don't know. Just go and scroll on it, and you'll be able to see things. I hand draw.
Oh,
Yeah, Chris hand draws the sound effects. Good, gotta go, boys. Wife said, "Oh shit! All right, well, you have enjoyed dinner, bro." Yeah,
yeah,
totally
Chris.
missed all this stuff. Hey, dude, I'm at work, but on standby. Right on, man. Uh,
I'm
right on, man.
good. Yeah, I checked him out. He was talking. Chris was talking about 1,000 free fonts. Yeah, they got some good selections too. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
I've
couldn't.
downloaded a couple things from them.
Which place is that?
1,000 free fonts.
Oh, 1,000 free fonts. There's a Font Squirrel is good. Have you ever used that one?
I hadn't tried that one.
Yeah, Font Squirrel is very good. They got some good stuff in there. Um, there's another one that has like a lot of good like 50s style fonts, and I can't remember. I don't have a use for those with the current project I'm working on. I guess neither do you really, but
Yeah.
the yeah,
You never
not
know
really.
though. One day.
One day. Well, when that day comes, you let me know, and I'll let you know what the font size is. How's that sound?
Awesome. I'm gonna hold you
You'll
to
come
it.
back, like 3 years from now, you'll come over to me. Hey, man, I'm doing this thing from the 50s. What's that font thing? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, um, let's see. D, what's going on, bro? Jump
Dave,
in
why
here
don't
if
you
you want
jump in
to.
with us, man?
Yeah, Jerry too, man. I know you get in here as well. Before
Yeah.
Jerry. Yeah. We'll make it a party. So I'm taking my sweet ass time drawing this thing because I don't know what the hell I'm doing because I started coloring it early, and that was just stupid.
We've touched on process a little bit, and
Yeah.
I love how you go ahead and completely finish your page before you move on to the next one. And I've told you I'm a little too ADD for that. I can't get bogged down in one page. What I've gotten to where I'll draw the whole book out, every page, and in between that I'll work on some covers and I'll go ahead and color those. But
Right.
most of the time I wait till I'm completely done with my pages and then I go back through and I'll skip around with them. If I get bogged down and say, let's just say that cemetery page,
Oh, dude, so
I'm
good.
already dreading that as far as coloring goes because I know what I want it to look like and I know it's going to be a nightmare. So,
Would, would you say you have a lot of you look up to Mignola for your work?
do what now?
Are you a Mignola fan? Mike
Oh,
Mignola?
yeah. I love Mike McDonald.
Yeah, I figured you were, man. He seems like he's an influence in there somewhere. And yeah, that kind of shines in your work a little bit. You know what I mean? And I mean, total
It,
compliment. Please understand, total compliment.
oh, yeah. I take it as one, man. I love his use of blacks. I love what he
Oh yeah,
does. I mean, his shading and his blacks are off the chart.
Oh yeah, he's got
And
that down to a
that's what
science.
I'm really, really going for, man. I I didn't start out like that, but I've really been trying to develop the balance in the page as far as positive and negative space, and
Yeah, I
using
know.
blacks.
That's something that I'm kind of going for in the next issue is to use blacks more. You know what I mean? Like I use some in the this issue, but I really want to be able to get like just get comfortable using heavy blacks. I really want to try more of that, give that more of a shot. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely a trial and error. I mean, I went way deeper with it in chapter two than I did in chapter one, and I mean
Right.
some of it worked, and some of it just didn't really work for me after I kind of liked it, and then you know how it is when you go back to a piece after a while and give it that second once over, and you're like, well, maybe that wasn't
Yeah,
great.
I got you. I got you. The
But
well, I don't
overall, I
know.
was
I ordered.
satisfied.
I ordered. Yeah, no. I listen. So I mean, I ordered number one from you. I had the digital version, but I ordered the physical from you here recently. So I'm really looking forward to getting that in. And
Yeah,
because I have the physical for issue two.
I am
And
putting
so
that. I haven't forgot about you. I'm going to pick some prints up tomorrow, and I'm going to get that thing to you headed your way tomorrow.
oh,
I'm going
good,
to
man. Yeah, no,
priority.
I'm not trying to rush you. So but I appreciate it. Thank you. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and priority it to you. You ought to have it in just a couple days, man.
Oh man, that's badass, dude. I'm looking forward to getting to sit down with the. I get this digital copies, and then I get pissed off that I get the digital copy. You know what I mean? Because it's like it'll be something that I'm really into, and I'm like, I'd rather have the physical copy for it. So, um, yeah, but I'm looking forward to really getting to hunker down with those.
Well, I appreciate you picking it up, man. I
Yeah,
do.
man. I gotta say hi to somebody. Well, they left the room. I was gonna say better than the Ginger was in here. I haven't talked to her in a long time. So
Dude, how
yeah.
do you know that's my question. How do you know who's in and who's not? How do you see that?
Oh well, I mean, I saw her name in the chat, and then if you type, you see if you see the where our names are up at the top, up in the top left. If you click
Yeah.
on that, you can see D and Mo are in here right now. D and Mo, thank you so much for being in here, guys. So there you go. And
Gotcha.
that's how we do that.
Learn
So
something new every day.
I'm saying, dude, it's the best. It's the best. Oh, hold on. Get that. There we go. All right. There we go. See, really trying to play with some different brushes and make this more feathery looking. So,
Yeah. I love the texture look. That really looks good with the feather.
thanks, man. Really just trying to get just, I mean, this is the first stuff I'm doing with it. So just trying to get a look going. Once I get used to drawing the character, then it'll be a lot. It'll take a lot less time. But I mean, I just have to get used to what kind of brushes I'm using and that kind of thing in the process. So,
Right, right.
because I mean, like, there's a bit of a formula with this stuff. I mean, like, I use the same brushes every time for Bigfoot's eyebrows. You know what I mean? Like, I know which brush to use for that shit. Um, you know,
I
yeah.
I've gotten to where I've been experimenting. Um,
Yeah.
you remember that death that I did a while back?
Oh, yeah, the The Grim Reaper?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I played with that one a good bit. I used some instead of just going straight out with like a G pen or something like that, or a micron. I used a lot of paintbrushes
Oh,
and
right on.
really loved how it turned out. And
Yeah, man,
I,
that thing was solid looking.
oh yeah, it was fun. But I love doing that, just like that picture today. I mean, it was a big experiment, but really loved it. I mean, that's the only way you grow in my book. You gotta push yourself, test your limits.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to this next issue of Bigfoot just because it is there's a lot of things in there that I get to draw that I'm not necessarily ever do. So, looking forward to that for sure.
That's that's always fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, um, because I'm not like a cryptid fan by nature. You know what I mean? I'm just not. And so, but I've grown to really appreciate them and enjoy drawing them. If for anything else, I get to enjoy drawing some pretty crazy shit these days. So, well, I do, man. I mean, like this. It's not the typical superhero stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh
Your
yeah,
stuff
and
is
that's what I
completely
love
different.
about it, man. It's something different.
Yeah, so and getting to draw all the crazy cryptids and that sort of thing. And in some cases like this one, creating something new in that realm. Um,
Right.
you know, that's just crazy to think about. Like, just I'm just gonna create a cryptid today, to go fit in this little world. And yep, that's what we're doing. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, man.
Um,
I can't wait to read that. I have
oh
loved
man, yeah, I
everything I've
can't wait
seen
to
from it.
say what?
I said I have absolutely loved everything I've seen from it. But I dig your style, man.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And you'll enjoy. Which book did you get?
I got the deluxe.
Oh, good. You'll enjoy that because your drawings in it. So,
I appreciate that, man. You know you didn't have to do that.
no, man, I wanted to. I really liked that piece. So, um, yeah, man. So it is. Looking forward to everybody getting to read it. I mean, the review, not reviews, but the feedback I've gotten on the digital was great. So let's keep the good times rolling here. Hopefully, nobody just straight up hates it. That would be a win. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to spoil it,
yeah,
so I'm waiting on the physical. I'm just
yeah.
I'm
No,
a
I don't
phys,
blame
I'm
you.
a physical guy, man. I'm a physical guy.
You're a
What
physical
can I
guy.
say? Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, man. I get it. Um, yeah, no, I'm really. I think I'm just gonna ditch getting digital copies of things. Uh, I think I'm done with that because I sometimes the digital copies are just the PDF is a little is the PDFs can be low res just to make them fit, make them transfer easier. And so I have a
Right.
hard
Where you
time.
can
I have a
email them.
hard time. Yeah, I have a hard time being able to read them sometimes, like just because they're fuzzy. And it's
Yeah.
not that I can't see it, but it just kind of hurts my eyes. And as
Oh,
much
I
time
got
as as much time as I spend on the fucking computer, I mean, my eyes just get burned out quickly. Um, which worries me.
You wear the blue blockers? You wear the blue
I do
light
not.
blockers?
I do not know. I have a blue light. I have a blue light control on my laptop.
I'll tell you,
But
these things. My wife taught me. And I it started, which I was on the last book. I was drawing a lot in a short amount of time. I brushed through it, which we had that conversation. I crammed on that one because I wanted to get it done. And man, I started having these killer headaches, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And she said, well, you're sitting in front of that computer for 11 and 12 hours a day. What'd you expect, dumbass? So, so she said, get you some blue blocker glasses. And man, I ordered some off of Amazon, and these are lifesavers, dude. They really are. Anytime I'm gonna be
right
doing
on,
any
man.
amount of digital
Right
work,
on.
I put them on, and no more headaches.
All right, man. I'll look into something like that because I'll look into something like that because I need something. I need some help somewhere on that regard. What's up, Toner? How you doing, buddy? Um, oh man.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll
appreciate it,
definitely
Tony.
look into those.
Yeah,
They're just blue blockers.
yeah, just regular old frames, blue
All
block
right, man.
lenses, man. Yeah, I got these
Is
things.
this like
I
the
think
old
I paid.
commercials?
Do what now?
Is this like the old commercials? Go get yourself some blue blockers. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, vaguely. I remember that one, but yeah, hell, they need to sponsor me. This is what I
They
wound
need to
up
sponsor
getting.
you.
The Tanleys. It was a set of two. I think I give like maybe $12, $13, maybe a little bit more on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't beat them, man. Super light. They don't pinch. You know how sunglasses are. I've got a real fat noggin anyway, so most, I have to be real particular about the kind of shades I get so they don't pinch right here and behind my ears and
Right.
around my temples. And
Right.
man, those are super light, and they have yet to. I mean, right out of the box, I put them on. They've never pinched me. I mean, they were perfect. I didn't
All
have to
right.
adjust them or anything.
Blue blockers. They don't pinch. All right.
and
That's the
and we're
slogan. That's
sponsored
the
by
campaign.
Tanleys Blue Blockers.
Exactly. Blue blockers. That's hilarious. We are officially the oldest people on Instagram when we're sitting there talking about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's funny as
Oh
shit.
man.
All right, this cat's
Hey,
coming along here. Uh,
D
hmm.
man, let me send D a request. He's trying to be camera shy
Force D into this. Get over here, D.
today. Jump in here, D. I sent you a request, man. Don't do me like that.
Don't do him
You
like
don't
that,
have
dude.
to, yeah, you don't have to draw, man. You can just sit here and shoot the shit with us while we draw.
A bullshit draw, D. Come on, dude. No, I'm messing with you. You do what you want. You're not hardcore unless you look hardcore. So I need to reverse the stroke on this because I keep drawing backwards. Uh, hmm.
It still amazes me how you do that, man. I'm for real, dude. That just blows my mind every time I see it. That is
Oh,
the that
you
is one of the
know,
coolest things I've ever seen.
it's not, it was never meant to be anything other than just it makes it easier for me. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things that just makes it easier for me to draw. And I mean, I'm using Illustrator, so it's not like this isn't like it's based on the pressure sensitivity. This is all like the math behind the vector line that does that makes the line waves. You know what I mean? So if I draw a line this long, see how thick the stroke gets. But if I draw a
Yeah.
line this big, the stroke stays small. So sometimes when you have like a long line that like that, you come over to here, double click into it so you can see the whole thing. Like you can see it removed from the rest of the drawing, and you can make it
Right.
small adjustments on there. And then look, see, I can take that line and cut it into half to make that line thinner. And then,
That's
change
cool.
the shape of the line here. Change the shape of the, it's a stroke. I mean, is all it is. It's a stroke. And,
Right.
yeah. And it's, Bezier curves. So, you can, move it around and twist it up and do whatever the hell you want to do with it. Or you can just delete it and get back to your bloody drawing. But you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that D?
What's
That
up?
is D, man.
What's up? There he is.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just, a little drawn.
Cool.
Right on. That piece you dropped yesterday, D, was insane.
That was
Thanks,
gorgeous.
man.
Gorgeous.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning into that retro vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man.
That painted look is really sharp.
Really is.
Your work has like grown a lot over the last couple of months, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I've been really, like all of us, just really putting in the work. So it's like I think it's just all that repetition. Because doing this comic, it's just forcing me to get better.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, man. Well, the more you do it, the better you get. But yeah, I mean, working on a book, it really puts you through the paces, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that we're all pushing the hell out of each other right now too, to be honest with you, because everybody's trying to level up or is leveling up. You know what I mean? Everybody's just kicking some ass in that regard right now. I know you weren't able to get into the YouTube on Friday, Jerry, but I look at that whole group of guys, and I'm just so blown away by everybody's, just growth lately.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Damn, son, that looks pretty cool over there. Jerry, how's yours coming along, man?
Man, it's coming. It's coming slowly but surely. Throwing in a lot
Right
of
on. No
details.
pressure, no pressure. Oh.
But yeah, you talk about that. Definitely, man. Everybody is just, I mean, we're just feeding off of each other. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
I know you guys, all of you guys constantly inspire me and keep my energy up. If I'm not feeling it one day, I can just hop on Instagram and see something y'all done and I'm like inspired and refueled and ready to get after it again.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, get busy. What's that line? Get busy living or get busy dying. So gotta do it.
Let me get D back in here. It kicked him off.
Did we lose D?
Yeah, we lost him. Let me get him back in here. There he comes. There he is.
Yeah, it's just said thanks for joining, and it's like knocked me out.
Thanks for joining,
I tell you,
D.
man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Instagram or just me and tech in general here lately. They're not getting along. I'm telling you, man.
You've had a
You
bad
do
run of it
not.
lately.
You have no idea how aggravated I was the other night. I mean, I ought to be bald-headed right now. I mean, seriously, I tried from 6:40 to 8:40 the other night trying to get on, and I finally just said, "Fuck it. If I don't walk away from this, I'm throwing the computer through the fucking wall." So I just had to just drop it and just walk away from it.
Sounds like it was a smart move, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Dee, you were talking about I think it might have been on the Phoenix. I went back and watched most of it with you guys. Uh, and I can't remember if you said it in that interview the other night or what you was talking about, doing the draw-ins with the character with putting people in
Mm-hmm.
was kind of you were kind of having regrets about that.
It's one of those. It's one of those ones where I'm excited about doing it, but it's just stressful trying to get
Get
all
it
the
just right, yeah.
yeah, just
A
get it
lot
just
of
right.
I could see where that would be a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, that's what's taking me the longest time. But yeah, it's cool though. I'm glad I limited it to 5. I ended up taking 2 more, so I think it ended up being 7. But
Oh wow, that's still a lot.
yeah,
Sorry, I just need to grab my water real fast.
man, hoping we can all be at the same con sometime this year. That'd be awesome, man.
That would be awesome, man. Man, you don't know how stoked I would be for that.
I'm
What are you
trying.
wanting to do, man?
How about if we could all make a con together this year?
Oh shit, that'd be amazing. That'd be
Speaking
amazing.
of, did you ever hear anything back about the South Carolina con?
Just waitlisted. That's
Still on
it.
a waiting list.
Yeah,
Still
me
on a waiting
too.
list.
I've been
I'm
on
gonna
there since
probably.
December, sometime in December.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, you've been waiting. Yeah, yeah, something like that. I'm considering. Robert Garcia from Cheesy Comics has half a table available for me in Waco that week if I want it. So I'm considering just or it's the week after or something like that. So I'm considering just going with him to that one because I don't think we're going to get into the South Carolina thing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I'd have knew about it a lot earlier. Dennis said he got in months ago.
Yeah,
Hell, I
man.
didn't know
Well,
anything about it.
Dennis is in here now, so we can give him out. Why didn't you tell us about it sooner,
Yeah,
Dennis?
Dennis, damn it. Why
Yeah,
didn't you tell
Dennis.
us, man? Get in here,
What's
Dennis,
up,
so I
buddy?
can
How you
visit
doing,
you.
man? Yeah, Dennis, if you want to jump in, come on and hang out with us. You don't have to draw, just hang. But
Yeah, you ain't
yeah,
got to draw shit. Just jump in so we can bitch at you for not
I'm
telling us
giving
about
up.
the con.
Yeah, we're just gonna complain at you. That's it.
It's
That's the
all
ticket.
Dennis's fault if we don't get in.
It's all Dennis's fault.
Putting it on you, Dennis.
How you gonna sleep tonight, pal? Anyway,
Yeah.
Uh,
notice D's being nice. He's not saying a damn thing. He's being cool.
Yeah, he clammed up quick.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't gonna screw with Dennis.
yeah.
So
Oh man. Let you guys do the heavy lifting on that one.
Oh, yeah, let the old geezers take care
yeah.
of
Well, D's our age too, man. How old are you,
Yeah.
D?
I'm 48, man.
Oh,
48.
shit, man.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
he's older than me.
Dude. Wow, you have aged well, D.
Yeah, well done, dude.
Look at me, man. Look at all this. Look at all this salt. There ain't much pepper left in the shaker.
Oh man.
D. Hausner, perennial good cop, right? Is that what's going on here? So,
And
yeah,
Dennis is how old is Dennis? Dennis is older than us too, isn't he?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. No,
Dude,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm assuming you're 40. I'm assuming you're in your 44, 45, Jerry, based on
Yeah, I'm
your
44. I'll be 45
yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I'll be 46 in June. So
Wow, I'm the wily veteran here.
the wild.
No wonder you were being quiet. You didn't want. You're the old geezer. You wanted us.
That's why
You
you guys
wanted the
gotta do the
young
heavy
bucks.
lifting.
He's leaving it
Let the
to us
young
young
bucks handle
whippersnappers to act like assholes.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
throw out my back. You guys gotta do the heavy lifting.
it.
Don't
Oh
throw my
shit!
back. Jesus Christ. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's funny, though.
Let me see. This is still in here. Huh? Jumped. No, he's still in.
Okay, we didn't scare him off yet. Okay.
Yeah. Trying to get him in here. Let's see. Let's try that.
He doesn't want to take our shit. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't either. There he is.
Oh, jeez, here we go. All
There
right,
he is.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, yeah,
Why didn't
yeah,
you
yeah,
It's
tell
all
us,
your
Dennis?
fault,
What?
Valencia.
yeah, yeah. Here we go.
It's
Yeah.
all your
What's
fault,
up, brother?
Dennis.
Nothing much, man. What are you guys up to? Causing trouble, I see.
Man. Yeah. Oh, always, always.
Ah,
Causing chaos.
what do you
What
got
we
drawn?
do.
Let's see. I got a moonlight sketch going on.
Okay.
Just did a half-ass outline before I got started. I wish I'd have went ahead and done a full outline before I started because I mean this thing's gonna have some mad detail and shading. I probably won't finish by the time we're through, but I don't know
Nice.
if you can see that. I mean, there's shit going on everywhere.
What'd you think of the trailer? Did you guys go over that already?
Yeah, man, it was awesome. Blew my mind. Loved it. What'd you think about it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it looks great, but I'm wondering who the villain is. I don't know much about what is it?
I don't either.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
don't
much
either.
about. I forgot the actor's name. Ethan. Is it Ethan
Ethan
Hawke?
Hawke. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he's supposed to be playing Harrow, which I think Harrow was only in like one issue of Moon Knight, like a very small appearance. Either they're going to expand on his lore or what, but it's pretty interesting. So,
Yeah.
See, about the only iteration that I kind of half-ass followed was David Finch's little short run,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
and so I'm not huge. I'm not hugely familiar with Moon Knight, but from what I've read about this one, they kind of taken several iterations that have been done through the years and kind of meshed them all into one.
yeah.
From what I've read about it so far.
What are you boys drawing over there? I see D doing his Nebula over there.
Yeah, a
What's
little
Dan got
nebula
going?
fun.
Yeah,
Dan's doing some serious stuff over here.
Oh yeah.
He's not messing around.
Oh,
I
a little of this, a little of that.
don't see the finger. Where's the finger? There. I asked for
That
it. Sorry.
finger? Oh, this finger. I'm sorry. Yeah, this finger.
I'm an idiot.
The
Sorry,
magic
I
finger.
didn't understand what you meant, man.
I knew
I
that
went,
was coming.
yeah, no, I'm working on a character design right now for something for issue 2. So let me zoom in a little bit. Oops, hold on. It's there if you can see. It's a bird that has a has a Tesla coil for antenna, and it's going to be all electric. So
Nice.
yeah, so just working on that. Here's another sketch of that. Here,
Dude.
so I'm just working out some different stuff right now.
Yeah, pretty nasty. Nice.
Yeah, so and just sweating it out, waiting for my books to come up and show up tomorrow. So
There you go.
yeah, man, hurry
That's
the
a good
hell
day.
up. Well, it was a good day last week, or at least it was supposed to be. But
Yeah.
son of a bitch. But yeah, it's okay. So tomorrow's going to be a good day. It's going to be a lovely day. It's like Bill Withers. It's going to be a lovely day. Anyway, no Bill Withers fans in the room. All right, I'll remember that for next time.
Hey, I'm older than you guys. I know Bill Withers. Come on, lovely day. Let's do it.
Lovely day, dude. Come on, yeah, it's gonna be a lovely day. Come on, if y'all want,
Oh
we can sing music.
yeah. Hey, go ahead and sing it for us. Sing it for us.
Yeah,
Back in my day, we didn't. Yeah, the 8-track, right?
the 8-track. That's right. Let's just bust out the 8-track. We can bust out our Paul Anka albums. It'll be fantastic.
Oh,
So, anyway.
Wow.
No.
We are. I'm gonna call this episode the old folks home.
We do have a lot of seniors on this one.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Hey, actually, let me jump out. I'm going to jump right back in just 1 minute, okay? I'll be right back.
All right, do what you gotta do, bro.
All right, cool, man.
So, Dennis, what you been up to, man? I hadn't. Well, this is actually our first live together.
Yeah, man.
I know you were sick a while back. How you been doing?
I'm good. Just tired. Work has been pretty rough.
I feel you on that.
Yeah. So I'm down to, I can count right now, last 3 pages on my book. I went from 28 pages to 32.
Awesome.
So this is page 29, I'm working on now. I don't know if you can see. Well, you probably can't even see it from here.
I can barely make out the top panel.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. So it's page 29. I think I got page 29. I've been jumping around. 29 and 22 I got to do, and 31. And then I want to redo page 8 and 9. I'm just kind of torn because they're done, but I'm not happy with them, you know?
Dude, if you're not happy with them, I redid half of my first book.
Yeah.
And then on the second, I wound up redoing 4 pages. And then I went back and added, I think it was, I wound up adding 2 pages after redoing 4 pages.
Yeah.
So trust me, it's worth it. If you're not satisfied with it, go ahead and bite the bullet, man.
Yeah. I know. It's just,
I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean, man. Anybody that thinks this is easy needs to try it. Just jump in the ring.
D, where are you on your book, man?
It keeps growing now with all those extra characters I'm drawing.
I feel that.
So it's basically added where I'm at now. I've got on top of, so I'm in the process of going through the color, trying to make it consistent. So that's taking time because I realized, I changed things around a little bit. So I'm going back to do that. And then I've got about a good 8 pages of all those characters that I'm just trying to finalize and do all that. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's manageable. Getting it pretty good, I think.
Have you gone back and redone some pages or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I try to I'm holding off right now till I get to the end.
Yeah.
And because I kept going back, so I'm gonna go back once I think I'm about there at the finish line, and then I'll see. Because I already know there's gonna be some more pages I'm gonna redo or rework. I can tell when I just kind of flip through them.
Yeah. Hey, Mo's in the chat.
Yeah, I seen him earlier. I didn't know if he was still in it or not.
Yeah, you know what, Mo? I'm going to bust his chops right now on your channel.
Get him,
Mo,
get him.
You shouldn't be watching us right now, Mo. You should be working on your indie book, The Inner Beings.
Me and him talked about that the other day.
So, dude, Mo, you better be holding a pencil in your hand or a pen in your hand right now. This is where I'm going to jump through this live, strangle you.
I told him the same thing, man. After he showed me the book, I was like, dude, you got to do it, man. Got to do it.
Tell him for 2022. That's got to be on his bucket list.
Yep. No time like the present.
Jerry, what are you working on?
And Moon Knight.
Oh, I mean, besides that, your book.
Oh, yeah. I'm EOD3, man. EOD3.
How deep are you?
Uh, 5 pages.
Okay.
Not very deep.
Gotcha.
Not as deep as I want to be, but hey, I'm getting there. It's taking me a little time to get crunk on this one, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what I want to do with it. It's just like that panel, that graveyard panel that I done the other day. That
Mm,
was 3/4 of a day, but I mean, it was a lot of rendering, you know.
yeah.
So,
What's the plan? You hoping to go like Q3, dropping it, or Q2?
mm, I don't know yet. I know. I think Jason and Chris are going in March, right?
Yeah. I think they're going back to back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna wait and jump in the ring in April.
Mm, mm,
Uh, I did pretty good with the first one. I did a spring release, and you know, thank God that funded. Thank God. I mean, if I fund, hey, that's a blessing, man.
yeah.
It's getting the book in people's hands. That's all I'm worried about. I want to tell my story, and hey, if my following grows, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But the best part of it is people actually, digging it.
Yeah.
If I can get it funded, hey, I'm happy. That's where I'm at with it. But yeah, spring. I'm thinking about April.
Okay. Did you sign up for any cons? I know you guys, when I jumped in, you guys were talking cons.
Dan's trying to get back in.
Is it?
He's like,
Right.
let me back in.
Let me see here. Let's
Then he blacklisted
see.
him.
Shit. No, it wasn't that. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I was too busy bullshitting. Let's see. I'm sorry, Dan. I hope you hadn't been trying to get back in long, brother. There he is. He's coming in. Uh-oh. There he is. Okay.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah, so how many cons are you planning right now, Dennis?
Got the two.
Yeah.
That first is the South Carolina con. There's the Charlotte con. And then the big one I want to try and get down to is
It
that one in
lives.
Baltimore, you know?
All right. Sorry you have to put up with me again. Here we go.
There he is.
I think Dan's already in that one.
Yeah, he's in there. Like a bunch of them are in there. It's more just I don't know, trying to figure out October. I know it's pretty far away, but ran it by the wife. And then, the kids are in school, so it's kind of figuring that out around like maybe in school.
Right.
So if it is, it's like me either flying solo or going down by myself, and I don't know where I'll be in October. So it's a little hard to plan, but
Gotcha. Yeah, the only one I've signed up for so far is the South Carolina, but I'm gonna have to look and see what things are looking like
to get
to
back to
see.
you.
No, I haven't heard anything yet. That's what me and Dan were talking about earlier, both and D.
Mm.
No, not D. D, are you on the wait list too?
Yeah.
You signed
Yeah.
up for it too, aren't you? Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, all three of us are just waiting around, man.
We could do that one in the one in Charlotte. I mean, we got 2 tables on that, and they're the big boys. They're the 8-footers. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah, there's plenty of room.
When
What,
is
you go
that
out
one,
to Charlotte?
Dennis?
I think that was the one I
Can you
sent over
hear
in
me?
May. I gotta look. I gotta look at my thread. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Now, did anybody else get one for Baltimore?
That's what Dennis was just talking about. He was
Okay.
thinking about jumping in on that one.
Yeah, I should have my table. I got to see if they ran my credit card yet. But I already put in my application and all that. They said it was a first come, first serve. So,
And you pay up front, right, Dan?
yeah, I already paid. It was only $300 for a 3-day show.
Yeah.
That's not bad considering this freaking one that we're doing. Me and Robert from Cheesy Comics are doing in New Braunfels here in Texas. That one that was $275 for 2 days, man. I was like, what?
Oh wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, so I'm
Man.
glad that Robert and I are splitting the table because, that was a bit heavy for me. First show back, So
Yeah, no doubt.
yeah, because this is my first show. These are my first shows in 7 years.
Well, if I get in one, it'll be my first period. So
Yeah,
Right
me too.
on.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just sitting back and hoping and praying I get in one. I would love to be on the other side of the table.
Is there nothing by
Yeah.
you guys
No.
going on?
What's
Do
that?
what, Dennis?
There's nothing going on by you guys? No cons at all by you guys?
Man, I live in Mississippi, dude. I mean, half these people don't know what comics are, but that's gone.
That's in the Sunday paper, right, Jerry?
Yeah, them funny pages that come out on the weekend.
Oh man.
So you draw them funny books?
So, no, there's a big one in Houston that I'm trying to get into, Comic Palooza, that I've done that show like a lot over the years. That was a big one for me. That was actually the very first giant show I ever did back in like 2010. So that show has always treated me really well. Like Latex Avenger always went over really well at that show. So hopefully Bigfoot will get a little love there too.
When's that, Dan?
July this year. It used to be Memorial Day weekend, but
Oof.
it's July now because because of COVID. And man, I'll tell you what, they moved it 1 year to Monday. They moved it from Friday to Monday to a 4-day show. Man, my ass was ragged after that. I was like, my voice was gone. I came home and slept for like 2 days afterwards because it was just too
Ooh, I
much.
couldn't even imagine, dude.
4 days is a long run.
Yeah.
It really is. 3 days is fine for me, but like 4, and they really, what do y'all hate me? So,
Yeah.
and the thing about it is, I signed up for it myself. I mean, I have nobody to blame but myself on these things. So,
Right. Yeah, 4 days. I couldn't even imagine.
Dennis, how's Celestial Night coming along, man?
Oh, yeah, I was just telling them I'm down to 3 pages left. I'm working on page 29 now. I got
Nice.
29, 31, and I think 22. And then I was just telling them, I'm not happy with page 8 and 9. So if I have to go back and redo those, then I'll bump it up to 5. But otherwise, I'm rolling. Like as far as penciling and inking, I'm rolling. I'm in a good groove. But I'm really just dreading going back and doing those pages 8 and 9. But taking their advice, they said, I'll be better off if I go back and redo them. So, yeah, I got to figure that out.
So, and you said that's pencils and inks. Have you colored anything yet?
No, I haven't colored it. I'm pretty fast when it comes to coloring. Like to me, I'm not too worried with coloring. Well, at least I say that because coloring has never been something that held me up. Because even when I do those pieces, at night, like I would start drawing at 11 and finish by 1, and those pieces, the ones even the ones I did for you, usually in 2 hours, pencils, inks, and colors, all in those 2 hours.
Are you serious, man?
Yeah. So I think like
That's
for this,
amazing.
it's already penciled or inked. Just going back and coloring, if I could even just do a page a day, I should fly through it pretty quick. But I mean, even then, that's actually pretty slow because I'd rather do
That's
more than a page a day.
incredible.
But we'll figure it out. I'm more worried about the writing aspect because I'm going back and having to do a lot, and my editor is really challenging me on it. So that's the hardest part for me is definitely that. Maybe that's why I'm keeping it to the end,
Right.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
no, but do you have a solid script, or are you like just have a plot and you're writing as you're going?
No, I got both. I got the plot, I got the script, and then I keep going in between, like, as I'm reading comic books, am I, doing it more like this writer style, and then I kind of always like this writer style, and I'm trying to find a happy medium, what I'm happy with, but at the same time, it's almost like, and this sounds really stupid, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't know if I'm doing it right. And then she'll have all these great ideas, or not even ideas, but like corrections. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. I'm like, why didn't I see that? You're right. And then she'll challenge me with questions where I'm like, well, that's not now. This is issue 1. That's explained in issue 2 and issue 3. So like, I know it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. So it's kind of this back and forth.
Right.
Was that the way you did, Dan, when you had it with Casey? Were you just like that, or no?
Okay, so we wrote. Okay, so like I dropped a big old bomb of information on him. Like I kind of had an idea of how the book was going to go, but what he did was we took that and then we put, and that probably got us through about the first dozen pages, 10 pages. And then we wrote out the rest of it, like he was in red and I was in blue when we were writing that way. And then when we firmed something up, we turned it to black. And so, I mean, our script was 52 pages, with all the notes and, all the notes and all the, asides to each other and the weird gifts that Casey would drop in there of like people getting their eyes ripped open and things like that. Yeah, our script was ridiculous. And so, issue 2, I'm hoping we'll have a little bit more streamlined. I mean, the notes didn't bother me or anything like that. It was just, but we were very fluid in the writing. I mean, up till the end. I mean, we knew what the plot was going to be, and we knew what the script was. The actual like dialogue was going to be for the most part. But like during the lettering cycle, I tend to truncate text a bit, and do things like that. So then we had to kind of go back through once the lettering was done. There were some spots where Casey wanted it changed this way and I wanted it changed. You know what I mean? So working with somebody, you're having an editor, and like Casey is, my editor too. But like sharing the writing duties, that was a real interesting experience. And I mean that in the best way possible, I mean, because I can't imagine doing this with somebody other than Casey. Otherwise, I'd just be writing it on my own. You know what I mean? But he brings so much to the table. It's fantastic working with him. Long answer to a short question. Sorry.
No. If you get a chance, if you have one of those pages of notes, I'd love to see that. Like,
you want to see our notes? Sure.
Yeah, just drop me a DM.
Yeah.
Just take a peek.
Happy to do that. Let's see. Did this work right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a screen capture so you can see what the hell we're talking about. This doesn't look right. Why does this look so terrible? Hold on a second. All right. Sorry, something didn't translate properly.
Still there, dude? Yeah. Okay. Thought it kicked him out again.
Talk amongst yourselves, kids. There's nothing to see here, apparently. Oh, y'all are all frozen? No.
No, I'm good.
Oh, maybe you are.
Yeah, Dennis. I mean, what? Well, this question's for the class.
Hello.
I mean, do y'all prefer the Marvel method with just plot, or go ahead and hammer out a detailed script and then go from there?
What's crazy is that's what I started doing. Like my first thing I have is a script. There's spaces here and there where I wasn't comfortable with it, and then it kind of hindered me. I felt like I was looking at the panel, like I wrote it, and then I start my page and I'd be referring back to the panel or this my script. I kind of got in the way. I feel like I was slow. And then, somewhere through it,
I just started,
yeah, and I just started drawing, and next thing you know, I got to the fun stuff, which is, of course, the fight scenes, and that's easy for me to roll with. But as soon as I got to the fight scenes, I just kept going, and it was just like, maybe because there's less dialogue, but just those pages cranked out really fast. And then next thing you know, I was like 3/4 of the way done with the book, and I'm like, wow, I think I'm more comfortable with the Marvel way and going back. What about you, dude? Do you have a
Yeah,
script
that
and all that? Like, how does yours look right now? Or when you've done your books?
basically right now, yeah, I do. Me and my daughter sit down and we plot it out,
Mm.
and I go with the Marvel method, and
Okay.
then we kind of hammer out the detailed script kind of as we go. I'll get 2 or 3 pages done, and then we'll just kind of work that out and just kind of start going from there with it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't, it's hard to get in a rut like that. You don't feel because I basically done the same thing with book one that you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I found that the detailed script, I don't know, it hindered me, man. I
Yeah.
felt like I was just locked down with that, like
Yeah.
you were talking about. So yeah, I definitely prefer the Marvel method.
What about you, D?
Yeah, I kind of do, I guess, the modified Marvel method. I definitely don't have like a um, fully written out script. I have more of different beats and things like that I'm hitting on the pages, and then I have some of I have the dialogue. Some of it's rough, and then I kind of as a placeholder, but most of it I have pretty well figured out, I think. Um, yeah, I felt it was really well, especially for me since this is my first attempt. It was almost like it was like making it more of a handicap for me to get this thing done by like trying to have a real formal, full, script and everything. So
How many pages are you up to, D?
right now it's going to be over 30 for sure.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah. Now I'm in, I think it's 29,
Okay.
28, 29,
Yeah.
and then I've got the fun part. I'm kind of holding back. I've been kind of penciling some of it, but holding back on this really fun part towards the end that I think I'll be able to crank through that. Trying to get through some of the rougher parts. But yeah, I kind of jump around though. I mean,
I know.
I know Dan was saying like I think it was Dan, right? He goes one page after another, right? Fully, like he doesn't. I think that's what he was.
I can't remember if he said he skipped around or not, but I know me and him were talking about it earlier, and we've talked about it before. Once he starts on a page, he stays on that page till he's completely done, full colors, everything. So
What
Wow.
I
about
know
you,
he does
Jerry?
that.
You hopping around or
Man,
no?
I do, and
Okay.
it's like I was telling Dan earlier. I guess I'm too ADD, man, because yeah, I can't stick with one page long enough to see it all the way through. Usually, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and do all my pages, uh, take care of all my line work, and then I'll go back and the fun part, with the coloring. And I bounce around a lot with the colors. I might flat 2 or 3 pages and then jump back to a really one I really really like, and then hammer it out, detailed colors. I I that process seems to work a lot better for me, and I seem to knock it out a lot quicker like
What
that. I
is?
mean, everybody's different.
Yeah. Who do you follow? Like, what's your style from? You got a very distinct style. Like, who's your influences? Like, I was trying to pick it. Every time I see your stuff, I'm like,
Oh man,
it's hard to pick your
uh,
style, but you have a
mine
great
mine
style.
are all over the map. Frank Miller,
Mm,
uh, Mike Mignola, um, Jim Lee,
mm,
um, Silvestri,
yeah.
Finch. I mean, even Norman Rockwell. Believe it or not,
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I love to
Yeah.
go back and
That
look at
was
some of that old stuff.
that was genius, dude. That piece.
I appreciate that, man. That was a
Genius.
lot of fun. It's like I was telling Dan earlier. I experimented with that piece a lot. I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all can tell, but I mean, I went out there on a limb with it, and about halfway through with it, I was about ready to shuck it. And I'm glad I stuck with it because, man, I loved final piece. It turned out just like I wanted it.
It's funny because I
And
always try and think when I get bored, I want to do something different. So like you did something different, but it was genius. And this is like 3 months ago. I was bored and I was trying to think. I was like, should I do like a Celestial Night, but like a Banksy kind of like in like a Banksy style? I was thinking of that, and I was like,
uh,
I put it on my back burner. Like, when I get the book done, I'm like, when I get the
That'd be
book done, when I have some free
right,
time, I'll do like a Banksy version of it.
I got you. That's the cool thing about what we do, man. I mean, the
Yeah,
sky's the limit. The sky is literally the limit. We can do
yeah,
whatever the hell we want.
yep.
And I've been wanting to do a piece like that for a good while, and I finally just nutted up and jumped on it because believe me, the thought of doing it was really intimidating. Because if it didn't turn out good, you know how you beat yourself up. I
Yeah.
mean, and I'm my own worst critic. I really am. That's like that Daredevil I done in the live draw with Justin the other day. Oh my God, man! I had beat myself up over that one. The torso, and it's weird. I didn't see it at first, you know. And I'm like, I went ahead and posted the thing, and then I went back. Actually, my wife noticed it first.
Yeah.
She said, "What is this?" I said, "What the hell is this? It's Daredevil." She said, yeah, I get that, but what the hell is this?" And she says, "Come
she
here." She said, "Pull it back up and look at it."
she called you
Man,
out.
I pulled it. Oh yeah, I I pulled it up, and I'm like, "Yeah, buddy. Okay, let's do that." Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, she called me out. She called me out immediately. So, any plans? Well, any plans for book two from either of y'all
I
this
know
year? Or
I want to get mine out definitely this year. I definitely want to plan better than I did this year than I did on one. I learned a lot from one, all the mistakes I made. So definitely book
right,
two. I already know the hook. I kind of know where I'm going to go with it. It's going to be a lot more about his origin and the powers and, getting his journey to get to the stars, because that's basically how this is all like Earth based,
Oh my
but
God.
his
right,
journey to get to the stars. But at the same time, I want to try a different format. I don't know if I can pull it off. It's going to be basically flipping in between a battle and family. And I don't know how I'm going to cut it in the book. I want to do something clever, but at the same time, like maybe I should just stick to basics. Like, is one page to fight and the other page is, in the past, and then page and fight. But I want to see how the flow goes. But it's
Mm.
definitely going to be, there's a massive hook in it, like where
right.
I want to just tell everyone, like, oh, this is the dopest thing I'm so excited to do. But like, that's the hook. So I'm like, I can't. Yeah. But
I
yeah,
know exactly what you're talking about, man.
yeah.
I've got I've got several twists and turns for EOD plan. I'm I'm looking at right now. It's probably going to shape up maybe 11, 12 issue arc,
Nice.
and but it could go more. We'll see how that goes. Um, and then I'll take a little break from it. Maybe do a new character, kind of change pace a little bit, and then come back to it. But yeah, man, we've got some interesting things planned, and God, I just hate I can't tell you guys. It drives me insane. I want to just tell the world, get on here. Hey, this is what happened.
That's a pretty long series. 11 issues you're going for, is that right?
Yeah,
Nice. That's great.
That is an undertaking, man.
Yes.
That's badass, though. Like, I'll give you credit for that shit for sure.
I'm really stoked for it. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's challenging me constantly. I was telling Jason the other day. I mean, I it took me a little while. I've always wanted to do this book since high school, and state coaches and horses and stuff like that. Oh my God, dude, I suck so bad at it. I mean, I had to sit down. I spent hours and hours and hours drawing horses and coaches, and I love the time period though, and I wasn't going to
Yeah,
quit until I got it down and got it looking
it's
like. And I mean, it still might look like shit to everybody else, but to me, I think I do a half decent ass horse.
I think it's great.
I mean, the first, so, oh God, I'm gonna have to find some of that older stuff and show you guys. Some of my horses used to look like a fucked up giraffe. I mean, God, they look terrible.
I mean, that's a skill. I'm sorry. Drawing, like, there's so much photo reference. I mean, I'm doing a
Yeah.
photo references on a dog, and I live with the dog. And, like, that to me has been a challenge. Imagine doing a horse.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I mean, a
fuck the
horse
horse,
is a
dude.
weird looking. A horse is a weird motherfucker anyway. I mean, it's just they're beautiful animals, but I mean, honestly, they're
Yeah.
weird looking.
Fuck horses. I don't want to draw them. I don't want to be near them. Fuck that noise, dude. And you know what? I want to be around less. Want to be around less than that as people who like horses. People who like horses freak me out more than the horses themselves.
Really, man.
Dude, and I'll tell you what even worse.
Wow.
Horse girls scare the shit out of me, dude.
Horse
Like,
girls.
dude, I'm
Horse
telling you.
girls. Okay, you mean cowgirls?
No,
Horse
I mean
girls.
horse girls.
That's kind of like swamp donkeys.
Yeah, no, horse girls. They're a whole other breed, man.
What's a
So,
swamp donkey?
Okay. Yeah, swamp donkey. You never. Man,
Listen,
I'll explain it to you offline.
I thought I misheard you. I'm like, did you say swamp donkey?
No, swamp donkey.
What's a swamp
It's a
donkey?
thing, man.
Swamp
We'll talk
donkey.
offline. I'm not putting this one out on the ground.
I was like, dude said swamp
I will
donkey.
let you guys know. Yes, swamp donkey.
Interesting.
They
Swamp
are
donkey.
real.
Nice.
For real.
They're real.
They are real. Oh man, I'm a horrible human being.
All right, so y'all were talking about coloring styles earlier, and your process. Is that what I missed some of that earlier?
Yeah,
While I was
yeah.
waiting to get back in. So y'all jump around a lot. Is that what you were saying?
Well, I was just saying that, like, because my page. I mean, I'm up to 32 pages, but I jump page to page. Like, I'm all over the place. That's why I have page 29 to do, 22, and 31. Yeah, so I'm like, for me, it's just been easier to jump around. But I think they said that you kept it in sequence when you did your art. Is that right, Dan?
Yeah, I work in sequence. I just start from the beginning, and when I get to the end, I stop.
Yeah.
So, which is different, I know, because I know a lot of people who bounce around too. But like, I can't keep it straight. I find that if I draw linear, I tend to, I just don't. I don't miss as much stuff. Little details and stuff will get by you sometimes. I think, but I don't. And then you got to go back and fix shit. And I just find like if I can just draw directly and get the thing done, I tend not to go. I drew. There was a couple of pages where I drew them a couple of times, and when I was working on the book. But most of the time, like if something's done, if it was good enough for me to go on to the next page, it's good enough, and I'm finished. So I give you guys credit for like sticking, going back and fixing pages. I don't have the patience for that shit. I got to be honest with you.
That's why I'm torn. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it is, man. I mean, so I give y'all credit for that. I mean, like, oh, fuck it, they'll like it enough. I mean, terrible attitude. Terrible attitude. Y'all frozen? Did I lose you guys again?
You going in and out.
Yeah.
I've
Buffering a little
been
bit.
going in and out all night. It's been terrible. So
I'll take it, man. It's the curse of my tech issues.
So this panel I'm trying to do
oops.
is I'm blowing up my trailer park.
Okay.
Let's
Don't
see
even.
it.
Jeez. Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
Well,
let's see it.
you can't even see it, man. I mean, I don't think you can. Oh, you can't see it because it's just pencil. But this whole bottom space
No.
right down there is
Yeah.
basically there's a ray coming down, and this right here is going to be the Celestial Knights hugging Norman, his dog, and then this blast comes out and blows them to bits. But they're in their trailer park, and I'm trying to blow it up. I'm just trying to understand how I'm going to draw this trailer park blowing up into pieces. It's like a lot of like just
That
rubble
sounds
and
complicated.
yeah,
Hey,
that's what
watch a
I'm like.
Michael Bay
Stop.
film. There's
A
Watch
several
a
references. A
Michael
Michael
Bay.
Bay.
No, Michael Bay doesn't make films. Michael Bay makes movies. Okay, don't get him confused with with like a serious filmmaker.
Oh,
Here he
Okay,
goes.
I love Michael Bay, man.
well, you
Don't
can
tell me you
love
didn't
Michael
like
Bay. I'm not
Six
saying you can't
Underground,
love
though.
Michael Bay. I'm just saying he's not the Coen Brothers. You know,
Bad Boys. I mean, come on, test me on
have you
that.
seen the latest
That's one of the
Michael
great.
Bay film? That sounds so wrong. I'm sorry. So. But you like what you like, Jerry. I'm not here to
Hey,
discourage you anymore.
I'm an action guy, man. He makes some of the
Hey,
best
dude, you
action
watch
movies.
the Con Air on repeat, dude. You have fun with that. Seriously, I'm not here to
No,
judge.
Con
I'm
Air
not
sucked
here
ass. I'm Con Air sucked ass.
to.
Con Air is pretty good.
Ah,
It's not
was it
that bad.
really?
Well, I mean, it's an old film. I mean, back in the day, it was
It's a
okay.
whole.
Hey, The
Oh, but
Rock is
he's
old, but The
old.
Rock is a good movie.
I'm not. I can't take The Rock.
Oh, you don't
I
like The
didn't like The
Rock,
Rock.
man?
No, I don't.
Oh my God,
I know.
dude.
I think I'll take Con Air over The Rock. I know.
Oh
I'll take Con
wow.
Air over The Rock too.
Talk about a hot
Yeah.
take.
That's a
Wow.
hot take for Dennis right here.
Damn. Con Air over The Rock. It was
Yeah,
Nicolas
man.
Cage's southern accent that did it for you. Well, let me tell you, baby.
I'll.
Oh.
But man, I'll take John Woo over Michael Bay any day too.
There you go.
Take the Dubs.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the dubs, man. How many times did we see them fly out of somebody's ass in Mission Impossible 2? I mean, every time, basically anytime Tom Cruise pops up, the doves fly out.
Some dubs.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
always two guns and the Doves in slow mo behind them.
Yep. Just, and the doves are
You gotta have doves.
I got to put a dove in this book now. I need to have some doves in here.
oh yeah, you gotta do it, man.
Gotta get it.
Duck, doves in space.
There you go.
Yes. There
Doves
we
in
go.
space.
It's happening.
Let's all do it. Let's all
It's
put
got
Doves
real
in.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what it sounds like
Yeah. We
when
need to
doves
do
make it
that
into
in all of
plus
our
size.
next.
Exactly, Dan.
We need to do that. Every one of us need to do it in our next Kickstarter campaign. In some of
I'm
our
Hey,
ads, just have doves.
didn't I just have bunny rabbits and butterflies for crying out loud? Do I really need to do
Yes.
doves too? I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, man.
It's like an
Gotta
animal
do doves.
sport over here.
It's a thing
All right,
now.
we'll do
We gotta
doves.
do it.
It's a thing.
We'll do doves. Although my Bigfoot's going to eat the dove. Okay, I mean, like I
I'm
make no
cool with it.
promises. It's going to
I'm
be
cool
sweet.
with it.
Yes.
Jerry's all, I'm cool with that. Let him eat the fucking bird.
Dan's like, fuck you, dove.
Fuck your dove.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, whatever. I got no beef with the dove. So, I got no beef with the dove.
Wow.
Talking about movies like that, old action. Where do you stand on Face Off, guys?
Dude, I
That was
was
a great
waiting for
movie.
someone to bring up Face Off. I was waiting.
You know they're
Face
talking
Off's
about
a
doing a
great movie.
remake.
Yes.
Face.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
Yeah.
oh.
They're making
Yes,
another one
I'm
of
dead
those? See,
serious.
that's
They
good.
are no a reboot.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
talking about rebooting Face Off.
Incredible.
Yeah, because that's what we need. That's amazing. I mean, like, when I say amazing, I mean, like, belligerently terrible, but still, it's cool. You know?
Okay, so who would you guys pick to and
Ah,
who plays
God.
who? Travolta or
Ah.
Cage? Who would you pick to replace him?
Well, from a modern actor, does it have to be something modern? Because I
Yeah,
don't know anybody
yeah,
who's
yeah,
modern.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Because I
who's.
mean, those guys are what? They're probably. I know Travolta's probably knocking on mid 60s, late 60s.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to play the part. He could just get his hairpiece to do it for him. How's that?
Yeah.
Why you gotta hate on him, man?
Hey,
Oh
look,
God!
I have no problems with Vinny Barbarino, you know, as a whole. I'm sure he's a really nice guy. But
Yeah.
like, you know, I don't know. I mean, did you see him over at the Oscars a few years ago? He looked like Bela Lugosi. Okay, with that hairpiece.
Oh my God!
It was bad news all over.
Oh shit!
Too funny.
But as long as I can make y'all laugh, I know I've done my job here for the evening. So.
Damn, man.
That wasn't a Michael Bay movie, was it? Was Face Off a Michael Bay?
No, that was John Woo.
It was John
Yeah,
Woo.
that was
Okay.
Woo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hence the
You
doves
know,
flying
hey,
out every time you turned around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you. Hey, so look, Bay. Okay, so Woo over Bay, and then Rodriguez over Woo. Okay, that's kind of like a good way to put it for '90s action directors for me.
I'll
Interesting.
take Rodriguez. Yeah, I'll take him over Bate. I mean, God,
Woo.
I'm having a total brain fart right now. I'm trying to think. Desperado.
Yeah, that's Robert Rodriguez. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie. That's
I love.
probably
Yeah,
one of
Robert
my.
Rodriguez. Anything he's done, I'm usually way into. I mean, whether it's Sin
Mm.
City or Once Upon a Time in Mexico or El Mariachi or whatever, I'm into it. You know,
He
I'm
sucks at
into it.
Star Wars. I tell you that. I don't know if y'all been watching Book of Boba, but I am not impressed.
Uh, oh,
I've
oh,
not
yeah.
seen it yet. I've not watched it yet. It's on my list to watches, but I've not seen it. No good.
Well, like, okay, listen.
It. Go
If you,
ahead.
yeah, well, my whole thing is, Boba is supposed to be, for me, he's always been a villain. He's a badass. He's a bounty hunter, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
and now you turn him into like a leader of like a bunch of like cyberpunks. Like,
The Vespa gang.
yeah, oof. Oh my gosh. What?
Seriously.
I didn't even, like, I was watching. I go, I can't believe what I'm watching. Like, what is this? Like,
The Mas Espa Vespas.
it was bad. That's bad.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
he's,
So
he takes his helmet off all the time. Like, leave your helmet on. You're a badass. And I just, you're a bad guy. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be a bad guy. Like,
Well,
be the
I
bad
mean,
guy.
look how they set the show up, man. I mean, look how they set it up at the end of season 2 of Mandalorian. He literally,
that was great. I
he
thought.
walks in, and I mean, he's not buying bid fortune flowers. He come in
Yeah.
and just waxed his ass.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're getting the Sopranos in Star Wars, you know.
That's what I was
Yeah.
hoping
And
for. Yeah.
no,
No.
you would be highly disappointed.
Well, at least we got Mandalorian.
We're getting a man called Horse, and not a
Ooh,
good
now that
version.
was a good movie.
Yeah, but this is not a good version of it.
Oh, okay. See, I like Richard
But
Burton and A Man Called a Horse. That's a great flick, dude.
oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Same concept,
What?
but done shittily. I'll put it
Well, I
that way.
mean, like if you think about The Mandalorian, that was nothing but a spaghetti western. I mean, really, that was Lone Wolf and Cub meets a spaghetti
Yeah,
western in outer space, dude.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was great. Absolutely
Well,
loved
the
it.
Book of Boba is starting to really feel like a filler between to just tide you over until Obi-Wan and Mandalorian season 3. I mean, that's really what it's starting to feel like.
Well, I don't feel good about
Yeah.
Obi-Wan after if this is how it's going to go, you know?
No, man. Different different showrunner. Deborah Chow's doing Obi-Wan. She's the
Okay.
one that did the best episodes of season one of The Mandalorian.
Amanda?
Who's
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
doing the other one?
Deborah Chow's doing Obi-Wan, and
Okay.
Robert Rodriguez is doing Book of Boba.
Okay. Well, shit. There you go. Well, I look forward to seeing it. Whatever. I mean, I'll watch it. I'll definitely end up watching Boba Fett at some point. I still haven't finished Cobra Kai yet, so I still got to do that.
Me either. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
even started season 4 yet.
No, it's good so far. What I've started of it,
Never
real
seen an
good.
episode.
Are you
Oh
serious?
man, you
Are you
have
fucking
got to
almost? Are you
watch
just
it,
gonna lose
man.
your free
Damn,
cable?
dude.
Dan's getting twisted. He's like, "Are you serious?"
Are you serious right now?
Damn.
He's got
Oh my
triggered.
god, dude! Like that's like blasphemy, dude. That's like saying Elvis was a Cajun. I mean, come on, dude. Like, don't do that.
You
Okay.
know, can I? It's the dumbest reason why. My 11-year-old is like balls to the wall at the Cobra Kai, like T-shirt, poster, like watches it religiously. And for me, it
Oh
just
wow,
became with like an 11-year-old TV show. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, go watch a show. You're cool, and that's it. You know, I don't walk away.
dude, you gotta watch it. It is so
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's
Dude,
good, man.
yeah,
look, if
yeah.
your name was Daniel in the 1980s, you watched the Karate Kid religiously. I mean that was like a thing. And so for hear somebody say they don't watch Cobra Kai,
Oh, I'm gonna
what?
take. Can I take it dark? Can I go? Can I take this in a whole dark direction?
Yeah, man, go get it
Go
with you.
for
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm gonna go dark. Okay. So when I grew up in a whole like racist neighborhood. Like they hated me. They hated my family. They hated everything. Like I mean, I'm talking like fighting.
Oh
I got
damn.
jumped. Like it was horrible. Because my whole childhood was like that. This is probably why. This is not gonna get in scars. They used to call me like Miyagi and all that shit because that's when the movie came out. And
Are
man,
you
that pissed me
Oh
off.
serious?
damn, dude.
Yeah, all the time, dude. Yeah, and when I was younger, like that was you trigger, you want to fight, here we go. And it was one of
Yeah,
those things they used to use during the movie. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I kind of just tucked it away. Like,
Hmm.
I'm gonna
I
distance
got.
myself from that.
I don't
It's
blame you,
so
man.
funny.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's so
that's
crazy you bring
allowed.
it up. That's
Okay,
allowed.
well, we won't bring this up anymore. So
No, you're
No,
good, man.
no, no
You're
more.
good.
no, we're done with that now. No more Cobra Kai talk about it.
He's
So.
like, don't trigger him.
Yeah,
You
you're
gotta
like,
bring
why
it
are you
up
bringing up
when.
old shit, Dan?
We moved on, dude.
Yeah, we're on the bigger and better things here now. So
Too
you're
funny.
kosher. Don't worry, we gotcha.
Too funny.
Um,
So, so who's ready for the next season? Ozark.
Ooh. Dude, that
haven't
cliffhanger,
seen that.
season 3?
Oh, what? Wow.
Yeah, you got to stay off. Like, I had to stay off, like, social media so I wouldn't spoil it for me. You know, like, things like that. Like, that's how
Oh
good
yeah.
that is. Yeah.
That and the Righteous Gemstones. Oh God,
Yeah.
I hadn't watched the first episode yet. Last season. Oh God. Check.
All right, fellas, I gotta hop off.
T.
Take
Do
it
what you
easy,
gotta
D.
do, buddy.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
you coming on, D.
Get your work
Thanks,
done,
man.
D.
All right, man. Catch you guys later.
Later, brother.
All right,
Peace.
brother.
Looking good, dude.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Man, D is killing it with those last few pages he's been doing.
Oh my God, he's growing leaps and bounds right now.
Yes, he is.
Excuse me.
Flesh.
18 days without a cigarette, gentlemen.
Oh wow!
Really?
Congrats, man.
Is this like a
Dude,
New Year's, like a resolution? Like, what's the story?
resolution.
Is it?
First resolution I've ever done and committed in my life, aside from using more cuss words. One year I said I'm gonna use all the bad ones one year, but that's as resolution as I've ever gotten. So yeah, doing that. So it's been 18 days, no cigarettes, keeping this party going. So
Do you
That
feel
is
different?
awesome.
Do you feel like spry and like all young and ninja like?
Yeah, ninja-like. That's the term I use to describe myself. The
Oh yeah. It's like somebody just shoved a smoke bomb up your ass and set it off, huh?
Yeah, you know,
Oh
basically,
shit!
I'm like a cross between like Ip Man and Usain Bolt.
Oh
Okay,
Oh
so
wow.
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
combo.
I'm basically like speed and strength and agility all wrapped in one. Uh,
Wow.
I
Did we
mean,
lose him again?
yeah,
I
he's
think we
buffering.
lost him again.
Yeah, he's
Shit.
buffering. You got a
I
resolution,
was just
Jared?
saying, like, are y'all there? Jesus
Yeah, we're
Christ,
Yeah, yeah,
y'all there?
yeah. Go ahead, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
No,
hear it?
I was just saying that, like, I'm speed and agility. I'm like Ip Man meets Usain Bolt.
same. That's you, man.
Except he's Jewish. So
Wow. Oh.
you know, that's that's what you got. Yeah, man, enjoy. Take it all in, kids. So
Jerry,
Oh
no,
man.
no resolution, Jerry.
Oh yeah. Lose 30 pounds, and
There we
that's
go.
that's happening this year.
I hear you.
Getting my fat ass back in the gym.
I hear you.
Yeah. What about you, Dennis?
It's pretty much the same kind of thing, man. It's I'll be hitting 50. So for 50, I want it to be like a shredded 50. I don't know if that'll
Oh
happen,
wow.
but that's the goal. So,
I
you
hear
know,
you.
got to do something.
Oh wow. We completely lost him. Damn it.
Maybe the
He,
Wi-Fi in Texas is how's the weather by you, man? Are you snowbound or what? What's going on?
ah, we had a few days of some really cold weather.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously cold, like
yeah,
20s and 30s, but
yeah.
no snow or anything. And then it jumped up in like the 60s today,
Wow.
and I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow and jump back down in the 30s and 40s again, and be that way all the way through the weekend.
Yeah, we had snow down here on Friday,
Oh
which was
wow!
yeah weird, and like my kids freaked out. And then apparently this coming Friday we're gonna have another snowstorm. So it's the weirdest thing. You're like, because it's goddamn south. It's hot as hell,
Right, right.
and then here you get these snow coming down. It's just no one's prepared for it. Like, you just don't expect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just super weird.
Been some really crazy weather here the last couple of years anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, hell, Saturday and Sunday, excuse me, Saturday, it was like in the 80s. And then Saturday night, it was in the 20s. I mean, you can't make that shit up.
dude, something's going on, man. I don't know what it is, but something's going on.
Oh, yeah. Dan, take it easy, buddy. He tapped out on us. Have a
He's
good
out.
night, brother.
He's out. Dude, do
Yeah,
you
he
do you,
says,
do you still buy books? Do you still buy anything? Do you
yeah,
still buy
yeah.
collecting?
Yeah, right now, I'm getting Batman Catwoman
Okay.
just because I love Clayman stuff.
Okay.
And let's see what else. I was getting Something is Killing the Children, but I think that first arc is wrapped up on that.
Okay.
That was a really good book. I mean, it come out of nowhere.
So
Boom
expensive.
is doing, yeah, they are, but
Yeah.
Boom's got some good stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah. They're starting to stand
Marvel,
out.
yeah, Marvel is just shit. It has been for several years.
Yeah. It's kind of head scratching too. Like, it just because for me, it's always about the bottom line. Like, if you're not making
Right.
money, then what are you doing? So they're not. I would assume they're not making money because I don't know anyone who's buying it. To be honest with you, or at least buying it the way we
Yeah.
used to buy it. But
No. I mean, used to, I'd go in there, I might pick up 10, 11 Marvel books. I mean,
yeah,
I was a Marvel man, dude.
yeah.
I didn't start getting into DC till probably late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
liked Batman, don't get me wrong. I didn't keep up with
yeah. Well, I mean, books are now what, $5 now a piece? That's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
that's
I mean,
that's the cheaper books. I mean,
yeah.
if
Hmm.
you have a 32 pager, they usually run about $10.
Oh, yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm actually going. So this Sunday, I'm off from work. There's a comic store about 30 minutes away from me, and from what I heard, from what Jason told me, they should be carrying the SSB books. So this could
Awesome.
be, yeah, this could be the first time I actually walk in a store and actually see our books on the
See your
shelves.
book. Oh
Oh,
wow.
dude, if I
Yeah.
do, I'll probably go do a quick live from the store just to be like, look. But
Oh God.
yeah, this could be like this is my Sunday. It's like, well, I'm trying to get it done before football, but it's just getting in there and to see if I think that'd just blow my mind if I actually saw like the Convictor on a shelf. Like I think I'd shit my pants. So
I hear you, man.
yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, we actually had two shops here in Hattiesburg for a good while, several years. One of them would have celebrated 20 years
Hmm.
last year, and they closed their doors due to COVID.
Wow.
And the other one actually went out the year before them. So yeah, we don't even have a shop here anymore. The closest shop I got is about an hour and 20 minutes away.
Damn.
Yeah,
So how do you get your
it sucks.
books? Just mailing or
Yeah,
order?
subscription. Yeah,
That's a shame, dude.
yeah, it sucks.
You ever have the dream, like when you were younger, to own a shop?
Oh God, yeah. Hell yeah. Who
Yeah.
who doesn't? Anybody that loves comics had that dream at one time.
So there
Yeah,
is a.
actually, the guy that I've done the last couple draw alongs with,
Mm,
Justin,
yeah.
he owned the shop here
What
for
happened? What
a
happened to the
long
shop?
time.
Okay.
Yeah, it went down, COVID.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
it just all the money he had put back. I mean, that and the bullshit that DC done, cutting away from Diamond and going
Yeah.
on with their own distributor. He said it's killing him,
Wow.
fucking killing him.
I had a really nice shop around me. It was literally around the corner from me. They closed, but they closed a couple years ago. Um,
Oh,
and every time I'd go in there, talk to the guy, really nice guy, big Spider-Man fan, and I was talking to him. He said, "Dude, you're living like the dream, man. Like I've always wanted to own my own shop, have customers come in and talk shop with them, talk about books and
oh
all that." And then he goes, "It's really not what you think it is." He goes, "I kind of don't like it." And I'm like, "How could you not? You're surrounded by these amazing books." He goes, "All I do is do online orders, bag and board, and put them in FedEx boxes all day long." He goes, "It's nothing like I wanted to ever do. I thought I'd be there with books and we talk things." He goes, "All I literally do is do eBay sales for hours." And he goes, "It just kind of sucks." And I was like, "Oh, I
that
was like,
would suck.
yeah." And I was like, "Wow, that really kind of ruined it." Like, oh, that's not, I'd hire someone to do that, but like, someone who had an interest in just working, but like, yeah, that's not what I would sign up for either, you know?
No. And you're talking about that. I made good friends with one of the other guys that had opened up a shop here. I guess maybe 7 years ago. He was in downtown.
Hmm.
And I mean, had an awesome shop, man. He had a good variety. I mean, if it was a hot book, he was going to have it,
Yeah.
guaranteed. Walk in the door, it would be on the shelf. You
Nice.
wouldn't have to do a back order. I mean, he run the shit right.
Nice.
And got pretty close with him, and he said basically the same thing, man. He said it's this was my lifelong dream,
Mm.
and he said it's become a nightmare. He said I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And a year later, he shut his doors. He said he
Yeah.
was done. It was nothing like he thought it would be.
Yeah. I think
Just
it's weird.
like your buddy said.
Yeah. And it's like I hear like shops that stay open. It's like it's all about selling their toys, It's about selling like
Yeah,
Funkos and all that. And I'm like, that's so like, I mean, I get it, but like if that's what's driving my business, I think it's really interesting. Like it's strange to me.
definitely.
Yeah. What do you got right there? I like to see that you have a CGC. That's cool.
Oh yeah. Batman Rebirth #1. It's the Michael Turner variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, signed by Tom King and Finch.
Nice.
That's
Nice. Was this
actually the only slab I have, man. That one right
really?
there. That's it. Yeah.
Did you buy it or did you send it in?
No, my daughter got it for me. My daughter
That's
and my
hot.
son went in together and got it for me for
That's hot, dude.
Year before last. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm just a
Yeah.
cheap ass. You know, I mean, really, that and I love to take them out and look at them, man.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest with you, like this wall, like all that stuff there, if
yeah,
I'd say majority of it either A, I've read it 100 billion times and it's still in good condition, or two,
right,
I have reader copies. And if it's not reader copies, I have digital copies, so I can still go back and read it. But
gotcha.
yeah, it took me a while to come to terms with that. And then it really
Yeah,
came down to like, I joke with my kids, I'm like, this one here, when I die, is worth this much. And this one is worth
hmm
this much. So when I die, this will pay for this and this will pay for that. I'm like, I
right.
need you to know what's worth what so you don't get your, ass handed to you when trying to sell this whole wall. But yeah, it really came down for me just as an investment. Like when I pass, I need them to know like these are graded and what they mean by being graded, how much value they have. So
Right. What do
yeah.
you think about what's going on with CGC right now? I heard about a lot of people are trying to boycott them.
Yeah, well, one, they raised their prices. Two, it's still taking. I think
What,
right
six
now
months? I
that's
talked to
being
somebody.
yeah
Yeah, six
that's
to
being
8 months.
that's yeah. I was gonna say six is being kind.
Yeah.
I have things that probably eight. It's been maybe 7 months right now.
Oh,
I
wow.
think yeah, three books I'm still waiting on. I still haven't seen them. Seen or heard. I don't like to look anyways because I kind of just like the surprise. But yeah, I still got things sitting out
Right.
there. I was gonna send a bunch in actually this week for the George Perez signing. Because it's basically because it's his last
Yeah.
signing he's
Could
ever going
be.
to have.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, let me
That
send some in
God,
for
that
that. But just
when
a lot of
I
money.
seen that oh man,
Yeah,
that I hated that.
yeah. But yeah, just just so much money. Good Lord, like I gotta
Yeah.
pass that by my wife.
What
I'm like,
does it
whew.
cost now? What does it cost to get one graded? Or do
So
you do like a stack? Is it cheaper by the stack or
no, so like I usually only do signature series, just like what you have there.
right?
So the starting on it is usually between 70 to 75.
Ooh, a book? Damn.
Yeah, yeah, and that's just for the signature and the pressing and the grade. And then you're
Right.
looking in between. I mean, how much are you spending on shipping? Probably 15 each way,
Yeah.
so it's another 30. So you're easily talking over $100 per book when you send it in. So yeah, there's a couple that I sent in that I got my ass handed to because either A, they came back bad grade, or B, I didn't like. I shouldn't have sent it in. It was a stupid idea to send it in. And then with the con I went to, Michael Golden charged $50 just to sign my book. That's not even
Oh
graded yet. Yeah.
man, are you
And,
kidding me?
no, and I didn't even realize it until I had him sign it. It was kind of like, oh, cool, Michael Golden. Like, he's a legend. I'm like, here's Micronauts #1. Like, really cool copy. Handed it to him. And then
Wow.
as he's signing it, he's like, yeah, for a key book, it's $50. I was like, $50? I go, then on top of what I got to get it pressed, and pressing is $20. And then the grading
Yeah.
process is another 40. I'm like, then plus shipping. I'm like, good Lord. Like, wow, I didn't see that coming. And then it came back at 8,
And
and I was like, oh, geez.
dude, if I ever go to a con,
Yeah.
I I I can't
He's
I
like,
can't charge somebody. I can't
I know.
charge somebody to sign the book, man. I mean, they already spent the money to support me. They
Yeah.
bought my book.
Yeah.
Why fucking rape them like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be. Well, do you want a CGC signature? Do you want a
Yeah.
shit signature?
Yeah.
The CGC would be 20 or 30, and the shit signature is 5.
Well, I'll be honest. When I was at the con, I was actually talking funny thing. I had Dan on the phone, and I had gone and met like Jim Shooter and a couple of other guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey Dan, I'm gonna get off. I want to go get Michael Golden's signature." And he was like, Dan lost his mind. He's like, "Oh, dude, Michael Golden." I'm like, "Yeah, it is cool." So as soon as I got off the phone with him, that's when I went and saw Michael Golden. And of all the guys I met there, and I think I met 6 different creators, good ones. He was the most unfriendly kind of dick like guy, and I'm like, oh, dude, that was a real letdown. Not only did he rape my ass with the prices he just charged me, but just like he wasn't even cool. Like, was not friendly.
Yeah.
I asked him a question. I asked them all. I always say, what do you advice for a young artist? And then he said, I think he said made some dumb like sarcastic remark of like, don't even bother, like something like that. And I was like, yeah, it was like really dick. Yeah, it was like a sarcastic, and he laughed, and I knew he was being sarcastic, but I was like, okay. And he didn't even follow it with like, no, seriously. he was literally like, ha, 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 don't bother. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was,
Oh man,
yeah. And then
I've heard a lot of horror stories about it. I've only had good experiences so far. Knock on wood. You
yeah,
know, I mean, I've had I met Finch,
yeah,
met Clayman,
yeah.
uh, Adam Kubert, Tim Sale. I mean,
Wow.
I've met some a
Big ones.
good bunch of guys. Oh yeah, and
Woo.
all of them were amazing.
Good
I
dudes.
mean, just even yeah, Tim Sale was a little crotchety to start with, but he didn't feel good that day.
Mm,
But when I talk to these guys, I hardly ever talk comics, man. I just
mm.
shoot the shit with them, and I brought up Heroes. You know, he done a lot of the artwork in the series.
For
Tim
which one?
Sale did.
For which one?
Heroes. Remember Heroes on NBC?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, dude. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's crazy.
He did the art, and I brought that up, and I mean, he completely flipped.
Yeah,
You could tell he had a lot of fun doing
yeah,
that. And we sit there. I literally had to walk away from the guy. We were
mm,
there hanging with him, me and my son. My son's huge to himself,
yeah,
and I had to get him to open up for my boy. I didn't
yeah,
want him to have that bad experience. But yeah, man, he held his line up. The line is, I mean, folks were giving us ugly looks. His
yeah,
little assistant was like, Mr. Sale, you got other customers. He's like, hey, you see we're talking here. I
yeah,
mean, he literally held us there for like 3 hours. Just
yeah.
going through, I'm serious,
You know
man,
what?
talking about
Because
heroes
he
and
probably
showing us
doesn't have,
artwork.
yeah, anyone talk to him about heroes. Like, he's probably like,
Yeah,
wow, someone who actually like knows something about like me. That's
right.
crazy.
But yeah, he was awesome. And Hubert, Adam Kubert.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
wasn't a huge fan until
Mm,
I actually got to meet the guy. But
gotcha,
oh man, he's awesome. He
gotcha.
really is. And I got to spend about basically 3 days with the
Nice.
guy. Before he started out on Wolverine this time, I actually seen finished pages from that book like almost 8 months before it ever hit the
That's
shelf.
crazy.
On his cell phone, he's like, "Hey man, I just got these back from the inker."
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, man, that dude, and he's an artist.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He draws everything, man. He carries a little ink pen, little ballpoint pen, it's about
Mm,
4 inches long,
mm,
waterproof. Keeps it in his pocket.
mhm,
When he's home, he hits he's got a favorite little dine-in bar and grill.
mm,
He said they play live music, and he'll go in there and he posts this stuff a lot.
mm.
He'll go in there and he might just sit there and sketch the band, or
Nice,
he'll ask permission, sketch somebody just sitting at the table,
yeah,
across from the bar from him. I mean,
nice,
just constantly drawing, and just a genuine awesome human being.
yeah. Huh.
We talked about his dad, and he showed me some designs. They're building a museum for his father
Yeah, like a Joe
in
Kubert
dedication
museum.
to him. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And I got to see some of the designs that they were putting together for
Wow.
the museum. Yeah, he's really, man. He misses his old man real tight. And I
Yeah,
mean, who isn't tight with his father? I mean, some people, are not, but I mean, he practically grew up under his father's art desk. You know,
yeah,
learned everything he knew and followed in his footsteps.
yeah. Got all that
So
talent
yeah.
from.
Oh God, yeah. Him
Yeah,
and Andy both, man. Both of them were just super talented. I was more of a Andy fan until I
yeah.
actually knew Adam.
Hmm.
But
They don't.
Adam is,
Yeah, I don't feel like they. I don't see them. Like they don't do much. Like I don't see them doing like a circuit or like doing cons much. I don't feel like I don't see their names in like unless I'm just not seeing it. Maybe they're on a certain part of the planet, but not around here.
he does.
Is it New York?
I
Maybe.
I no. This was when I met him. He
Hmm.
was in New Orleans, of
Okay.
all places.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I went down there. It wasn't Wizard World. They had canceled Wizard World that
Yeah.
year. This was in 19,
Mm.
right before the world fell apart.
Yeah.
November of 19.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were Big Easy Con. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it was, Big Easy Con.
Nice.
But yeah, they had a good lineup, man. I was really impressed.
Mm. How was Finch?
Finch was awesome.
Yeah.
he was the one I was really starstruck with. My son was like,
Wow.
he's jabbing me. Hey, stop.
Yeah.
He's waiting on me
Well,
because I was just enough.
yeah. I mean,
But yeah, after we got to talking, man, he's super nice guy. I mean, just amazing. Really humble dude, man.
yeah.
And once I got to talking, I was just, asking him about his ink. He's got that big deal on his forearm that comes
Mhm.
up. I was like, so you plan on getting any more ink? He
Yeah.
said, man, I'd love to, but my wife,
Yeah.
I gotta get her to look at it. And then we sat there. I got several pictures with him.
Nice.
He met my son one day, and I took my daughter the other day because my son had school. It was like a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday.
Mm,
And I took my daughter the Friday, and then my son went with me the Saturday.
nice.
So he got to meet both of them. And hell, when I wasn't going across tables, I was hanging out with Adam. We sit there and eat lunch one day. Got to meet his family, his
Mm,
daughter, well, his youngest daughter and his wife. I mean, just super
wow.
nice guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I that was just that was three of my best days besides my wedding and
Yeah.
my two kids being born.
Right.
That's right up there with those.
Yeah. Wow. I was one of the guys I met. God, I can't remember the name of the book now. It's being made into a movie now, and I can't remember the name of the book. Shit. It was the writer and the artist, and I can't. God, I know the artist is Sanford Green. It's an indie book. A Bitter Root. That's it. Bitter Root.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I met the writer first. 'Cause I was waiting for the artist, and I just got talking to the writer. He actually lives only an hour and a half away from where I live, so I'm hoping to see him at all these cons. I said the same thing to him. I said, like, advice for a young artist. And he said, one of the first thing he said was, hit the con circuit like you're doing. He goes,
Yeah.
introduce everyone just like you're doing, work in the room, so everyone starts to know who you are. And he goes, draw from life. He goes, I can't tell you how much. Just sit there and draw from life. It just reminded me of what you said about, Kubert just sitting there with his pen and just drawing people in, what you said. And I was like, yeah, because that's part of, I think it started doing with this book, at least for a Celestial Night, is doing a lot more photo reference and trying to get that more in my book, and like
Hmm.
not so much drawing from what I've been trained to draw, like all that image stuff, but looking at more photos and trying to get more of a photo reference when doing a lot of these pieces. I thought it was
Right.
interesting. Yeah. Do you do a lot of referencing? You have to, because I know you're doing so much time period
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Right? You have to be doing a ton of that.
yeah, yeah. I've done a lot of research to start with, and I'm constantly pulling up new stuff, trying to find different stuff.
Yeah.
Old alley pictures. To
Hmm.
try and I really want to put you in Victorian London. I want it to be a character in itself.
Listen,
It
I
just
don't.
have that gritty, dirty.
I don't know if there's any Asians in Victoria, London, but you can throw me in there. Make me selling a paper or something, or I'll be
Oh,
someone on
I
the
can come
curb.
up with something. I can come up with something better than that, man. And
That's
hey, that
hilarious.
reminds me.
Well,
That totally caught me off guard. That made my day,
yeah,
man. I
yeah.
was flipping through there. I was like, wait a minute, that guy. Wait a minute.
Well,
I'm
I
like,
think,
no, it didn't, man.
yeah,
That was
this
so
is,
fucking cool, man. I loved it.
yeah, thank you, man. I think that's one of the cool things because, you have control. You have control. It's your book.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was just like, I drew one of the ladies I work with. She's my partner in crime, a little old lady. So I drew her first. And then I was just going around the room. I'm like, drawing like little in pencil, this. And I go, wow, this one kind of looks like Jerry. I was like, all right, let's go with Jerry and made Zim
Well, I
Zimmer over
appreciate
here.
it, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
But that's the thing, like, the book is riddled with Easter eggs, and I almost thought like, am I doing too many Easter eggs? Like, good Lord, but a lot of them I'll know, and maybe something if I
Yeah.
ever do a walk through the book, like Jason did, I'll point out. Like, I think there's a panel, and I actually send it to D. I go, D, check this Easter egg for you, and he stared at the thing for a day. He couldn't find the Easter egg. I was like, D, look at the lady's earring, and it was just her earring was the Kid Nebula symbol.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
and he
cool.
he couldn't see it, and I was just like, yeah, like those are things I think anyone would catch unless I point it out. But like, that's an Easter egg that I know it's in there, and I'll share it with Dee. And I don't think anyone else would catch it either. But I mean, that's not the old one I have for your book, but like just the whole crew, like everyone who's ever supported the book. There's something in there that I put in there as a reference or an Easter egg towards that person. But for you, besides you, there's another one for your book in there too. So it's just fun, It just makes the whole
I
process
appreciate
fun.
it, man.
Yeah, no
That's
problem,
awesome.
man.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. I wish I could have
I
seen your
looked at
face.
that. Oh man, I almost did a live. I almost did. I was like,
You're funny.
I'm sitting there. And I showed my son. I said, check this out.
That's funny.
I told my wife. I said, look at this picture and see if there's anybody that looks familiar. And she's like, is that you? I'm like, fucking yeah, that's me.
So you were
I said, Dennis, put me in there.
Are you like Alabama, like Crimson Tide? Is that what you're wearing?
Oh God, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. That's what I thought.
yeah. Oh, I love college football, man.
Yeah,
I'm
one
not
of
your
my
typical Alabama fan, man.
yeah, one of my designers, she's always like she ends her sentences literally with Roll Tide.
Oh wow, no, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, that man. But yeah, I thought of you when I was watching the game because I'm like, well, wasn't sure. And I was watching that Georgia game. I was like, I think he's an Alabama fan. So I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tough game.
That one was a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought that was going to happen the first go around. I literally did because Georgia. I figured Georgia was going to obliterate us in the SEC championship. And when we did what we did and flipped the script on, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This probably isn't going to happen. I was praying to God that Michigan was going to take them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really was.
Awesome. Do you have a pro team or no?
Dolphins, if any, right now. I don't watch NFL like I used to.
Yeah.
I used to be an NFL guy, but when Peyton retired, I kind of retired too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Tua. I mean, of course he's a Bama guy, but Miami's building something. I mean, they started out the season kind of shaky, but then they went on a roll, man.
They fired their coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought he's a good coach. I was actually surprised.
He is a good coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fired him.
That blew my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't produce in the pros nowadays, after they want to see results in basically 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, college usually they'll give you 3.
Give me 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but the pros,
you're
looking at 2 years. If you don't do something in 2 years,
and you're done. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a Giants fan, so they're the worst
Bless
team.
your heart.
Yeah.
I fell for you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, though. I mean, we haven't done shit since. We haven't won a Super Bowl since what? 73.
Yeah, but
72, 73. I mean, we've been since then.
Yeah.
But that one time, I think it was Marino's rookie year or maybe his second year, and we got our ass handed to us. But hey, we went to the show.
Yeah.
But that was the last time we've even been.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah. I mean, at least you got a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. My phone's about to die, dude.
All right, brother.
All right.
Take
we'll
it
do this
easy,
again.
man.
I like talking to you.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Had a blast, brother.
All right.
Appreciate you coming on.
Later, kiddo. Bye.
All right.
Peace.